Hi there, Prairie Plant Girl here. Thought we'd go on a really quick kind of end of September walk around the garden. It won't take long because there's not much left. But I've maybe had a slightly light frost one night, but I've been pretty lucky and I've been able to cover things. I still have tomatoes and peppers behind me. But I've taken most of the things out and I'm trying to get cleaned up and ready for winter because really it's going to be coming fast. So we'll just have a really quick look at what's left to come in my garden this year and just a little update for you. So like I said, there's still peppers and tomatoes back here. I don't think I'll really get a lot off the pepper plants. If I was really diligent, I'd pull any of these flowers that are still here and just let the little bit of fruit, I don't know if you can see that one there, that's a King of the North, I believe. King of the North or California Wonder, I can't remember. Let that finish, but most of the plants I've picked clean on the peppers. The tomatoes are still pretty loaded up, but I like the taste of the fruit better. If it's not getting too cold, if I can protect them from the worst cold, I like the taste better if it ripens mostly at least out here on the vine rather than being picked, you know, at a very green stage and ripened on the counter. So I've been trying to leave them. I've covered them with bed sheets or frost cloth about 4 nights now when it looked like we might get frost. But for the most part, they're done. There's a little bit of banana peppers, but they've been kind of scorched by the sun, whatever's left on there. So really those plants are done. Shishitos, I think, are done. There might be a red one. Might be a couple hanging there. My lipstick pepper has a pepper on it there. And I still have, it looks like, a couple of little mini bells in the pots. I just set them up in the bed here and then I can easily cover them with the rest. Candy cane pepper, there's a couple on there still, and really prolific, still going strong. But yeah, for the most part, this stuff is done. There's a big Amish paste there. Looks like it's cracking. I should pick it, or it's full of bugs. And I pulled out the green vernissage. I did not enjoy those peppers those tomatoes at all. They were free seed. And I've pulled out most of my currant tomatoes, but I still have my sweet 100s. They're full. Jalapenos are still there, though. I think I've gotten everything off the plants down there. Might be the odd little jalapeno left. I started pulling out the currant tomatoes, and I've pulled out my black crims because they seem to be just done producing anyways. They had no tomatoes left on them. They're not going to make any more. So I just pulled them out one day when I was in here working. And I still have some Sugar Rush Peach and Hungarian Hot Wax, but I think I've used all I'm going to use, so they're just waiting. Over in that corner, you can see I've pulled out my melon plants. I had one more watermelon moon stars. It wasn't quite looking right, but the vines were dead and done, so I just pulled it and I'll be testing it soon. My carrot bed, you can see, has moved, and I've harvested all the carrots there, either in my refrigerator or stored in a bucket of damp sand. And my last of my beans are pulled here. My mom actually came and helped me out a lot and did some work with me the other day. And so the last of the black turtle beans are harvested there. I just forgot to take them in, and that's the very last plant, so it just needs to get taken care of. So it's a bit of a mess here because we picked up that fabric raised bed that the beans were in, and I've just thrown it. I'm going to actually try and clean some of my fabric beds and pots. I haven't done that ever. But so I have this one fabric bed left, and it just has the drip line from the other one laying on it. And I do have some beets and lettuce and spinach still going in here. I don't really probably need this netting, but it keeps the birds out. You can see the spinach back there, some lettuce. I can't remember what kind that is. Grand Rapids, maybe. And the beets are over that way, though they're hard to see. But pulled out the corn. Those bags are full of the soil that was in my carrot bed, so we could move it. Pulled out my corn, my zucchini, I think I had a squash, winter squash, East Elite squash was in here. Whatever was all in this bed is pulled out. I still need to get like my trellises and things put away. My pumpkins are pulled out. I still have parsnips, but otherwise this bed is empty, so the parsnips will stay probably into October sometime until I harvest them. I haven't actually looked to see. They have lots on top, but have they developed anything down lower? I don't know. Let's have a look at them. I don't know how well you can see, but it does look like there's a decent parsnip down there. It's pretty deep, but all right looking. So yeah, I'll leave those pretty much until I have to pull them out before the ground freezes. And I still need to come and pull all these trellises out too. Last 3 apples are off the tree. I found 2 on the ground the other day all bruised, so I just pulled the last one. I still have some sweetmeat squash hanging there, but I think the vines have maybe got a light touch of frost, or they almost look like they've had spider mites on them or something. I don't know, they look sick. This is here not to hold heat, but to keep out rain. We've had a lot of dampness and a little bit of rain in the last few weeks. And all my potatoes, any pots of potatoes that were left are in here. And all my in-ground potatoes that I haven't dug yet are in here, which is most of them. So again, those will wait. And there is, I don't know if you can see right down there, there's a pumpkin just sitting there. I'm pretty sure the vine is pretty much gone now, so I just need to grab the pumpkin out of there. But I had just been leaving it to color up a bit. It may have gotten too cold. It feels like it's gotten soft. But I have a few more in the house, so just thought I'd see how long I could leave that one. If you missed the video, I planted my garlic. So that bed is all garlic now. And I've also now gotten all my cabbage and any other plants were back here out. I had tried leaving these 2 younger cauliflower plants. I keep forgetting to put water out here, so I don't think they're going to do anything. Otherwise, this bed is empty except for this volunteer marigold. So as you can see, the garden is pretty much empty now. Not much left going on in here. What is left is surprising to me because it's mostly tomatoes and peppers, which is my hot weather crops. I always try and leave my potatoes and parsnips into October. We've had several frosts by then, usually, and they're fine, they're underground. The parsnips actually seem to do better. The potatoes, I just find it's easier to just store them in the ground out here than to take them inside when it's usually not ideal temperatures for storing them yet indoors. So for me, that just works the best here in my climate. But I'm sure you all have opinions on that, so feel free to share them in the comments down below. But yeah, so I know people have been asking about my potato harvest, how it went. They're like, oh, I missed it. Where is it? I can't find it. It hasn't happened yet. So I've dumped a couple of small pots. They really didn't do well. I had my potato pots back. They're kind of hidden. I kept forgetting to go water them and stuff, so they don't look that good. But I have a few left that I'll show you, including the 2 I planted up in a video earlier this year. And the whole bed of potatoes is sitting there waiting to be harvested. I've just stolen a few out of a few hills, just maybe pulled 2 plants just, to give us a few potatoes to eat here and there, but most of my potatoes are still in the ground. But let's have a quick walk through my new flower bed kind of cutting garden area, and then I think that pretty much covers what's kind of happened lately here. So we'll do that, and then that'll be your update for September. So this is the new space that I dug most of this, some of it right along the fence and along by this tree and along the fence was existing. And then I dug out grass and flipped it over from about where my finger is across to here this spring, and kind of just flipped the grass over, put newspaper down, and covered it with like my own compost and some purchased compost and things, and planted some flowers in it. So this is my new flower bed, and it did quite well for me. I learned a few things about where I want things placed in that, I think, which I tried to go in with mostly annuals this year, just for that purpose, to kind of play around with the size and shape of things a bit. I may change my walkway a little bit, make it a bit wider maybe in some spots, but otherwise I was very happy with it. So I've started to pull out some of the annuals, and I had a couple actually of winter squash vines in here, and I've pulled all but one out. The other one probably needs to come out too. But anything that was looking kind of ratty and tatty and done, I pulled out. Most of that was petunias, but you can see these purple blue wave petunias are still just looking amazing, so I just haven't had the heart to pull them. One cold night here and they're going to be gone, but so far they're still looking good. And I've also been cutting back the sunflowers. I had a lot of sunflowers in this area, and cleome. So I've cut most of that back. I can see one cleome has tried to come back here. And in the place where those sunflowers and that were, I've planted some bulbs. So I picked up some Tahiti daffodils, and they're planted over on this side. And I just, what I call lazy planted them, and I just set them on top of the ground because, you know, this is a fresh bed with grass, like turf that's just flipped over underneath. So I just set the bulbs down on the ground, spaced out, and then when I was emptying out some of my raised bed planters and things, I put soil on here, and actually Mom helped and added some more on it yesterday to get them buried to the depth that they need to be. So that's a new thing I've never done before, but I don't see why it shouldn't work. So yeah, we'll see in the spring if I have some daffodils there. And as well, I bought some Dutch Master daffodils, and I'll have to put the name of the tulip. They're absolutely beautiful. Little pink double. I can't think of the name right now, but they're on this side. And again, I just kind of pulled out. I had some like petunias and those squash vines and things in here, so they're just kind of spread in this area here, which should be perfect because the view from my kitchen window in the spring, when I'll be looking at the kitchen window, I should see all these bulbs. And then I also already have daffodils under this tree here that have been existing for years, so I think that'll be a really nice mix to have those go all the way through. And just get some life in here before I have things planted. So I still have some sunflowers coming along here. And snapdragons and cosmos are putting on a show now, and the Prairie Sun Rudbeckia. Still have some foxgloves there, looking really nice. For the most part, things are quieting down and finishing up. My dahlias just didn't do much, and I don't know if they're just getting too much shade in the afternoon. They get morning sun, and then they're getting shaded for a good part of the afternoon. I don't know. They just didn't seem happy here. Lysine. So that's the update that I have for you. This is kind of getting close to the end of September here, and I just thought I'd give you a little update. Not a lot going on in the garden, so probably be less videos for the next few weeks here as I'm working on other projects. But I wanted to just kind of touch base with you, let you know what's going on, and just let me know in the comments down below. Have you started cleaning things out? Are you having a mild fall? Is it a little bit tough, more cold? You know, where are you at with your preparations for winter? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.